As hospitalizations rise, there is a statistic that stands out, and in fact, Ian just mentioned it. The number of unvaccinated people filling up the province's limited COVID-19 hospital beds. That has many asking whether mandatory vaccination is worth another look. Matt Grillo reports.
Asked about whether mandatory vaccination might be an option, Quebec's health minister would only say this.
Je dirais simplement aujourd'hui que s'il faut aller là, on ira là.
If we have to go there, said Christian Dubé, we will. A question brought on by one particular statistic shared by the Premier about those who have not received 2 doses of a COVID vaccine.
They represent less than 10% of the adult population, but 50% of the people in hospitals because of the COVID-19.
I think the government is trying to send a very strong message to try to get people to finally appreciate just how much is at stake. Lives are at stake here.
Medical ethicist Eugene Bereza says mandatory vaccination raises a lot of thorny questions. For starters, the balance between individual rights and community responsibilities.
We set what we hope are reasonable rules to protect those individual rights as much as possible, but they're not absolute. We have to balance that against trying to protect the interest of the community at large.
And he points out it's a question of fairness when some citizens want to refuse the vaccine, but not the medical care they need as a result.
On the one hand, you want to have your rights, but as an individual, but you also want to tap into the benefits of being a part of the community when you're not doing your bit to protect the benefits of that community.
The Premier says their choice comes at a high cost.
Also, it's important to tell them that they put at risk our healthcare network.
Legault is urging the unvaccinated to stay home, but many wonder if you should also take another step by adding even more restrictions that would keep unvaccinated Quebecers away from the public for their own protection and to protect our fragile healthcare system. Matt Grillo, CTV News.